Welcome back to Daytime Live. In season 8 of Talk Up Youth, which we are focusing on young men, and we'll be discussing stereotypes today. We're going to have this discussion today with Cleveland Tomlinson, season 8 cast member on the show, as well as Adam Almond. And of course, we're still here with the fabulous, that's what it said there, but you're a beautiful and awesome empress. Yes. Adam Almond is the director of Talk Up Youth. So, tell us a little bit about some of the stereotypes that you've experienced in Jamaica growing up as a young man, Cleveland.
All right, so there's this stereotyping where it seems as if there's a confusion between feminism and intelligence on the part of a male. So you hear a young man articulating well, having a good command of the English language, and you automatically assume that he's effeminate, and you label him as being, oh, you know the term, gal. So it seems as if young men are not supposed to speak properly, they're not supposed to be polished, and they're not supposed to carry themselves well. Because you're a young man if you're hungry, rough and tough and chat and go on. You get what I mean? You're not supposed to have a good command of the English language. You're not supposed to, raise your hand when you're answering questions or so on and so forth. You're not supposed to present yourself in a well-polished way. That's one stereotyping that exists, and it's one that my episode will be featured about.
Preach! I'm like, preach! Okay. And you know, yes. Yeah, you know, and I just want to jump in. It's an interesting episode, and Adam has been in the cut more. So you can probably jump in.
Even speaking of stereotypes, I haven't experienced any personally, but while directing the show, you realize even for Cleveland's episode, you won't maybe understand what's going on, but you're going to relate to a lot of the things where he overcomes different issues in the show. And that's with all the episodes talking about mental health and garrison youths. And it was a great season.
And also, when you look at the origin of their journey as young men, because the whole theme is about Lift Our Boys, J.A. We want you to hear their story and go into the beginning, right? The embryotic stage of their life.
Yeah.
What happened? How did they grow? What are the common themes? Why is this happening? Why were they affected? Understood. How do we prevent it with the next generation? This is bigger. This is data. So as much as hearing the story, there's data to be collected when you watch the entire season. And then we have to put some strategies in place to deal with it. But there's some common themes.
What kind of an impact do women play in stereotyping men?
Go on, honey.
Throw that one. Yes, what role do we play?
Well, I can speak specifically to my type of stereotyping. It is usually perpetuated on the side of the males. So you will find a woman being more accepting when a man articulates well, and she's very much fascinated and, wow, interesting. But if a man hears another man speaking well, no, that's something wrong.
Yeah. You know, so you stereotyping. Let me tell you why.
I was about to say,
why do you feel that if you talk patois, you're not speaking well?
No.
Because really and truly, English is really a hodgepodge, a whole heap of other languages that them just take and kind of mash up and just throw in and tell you is the language
talk
that you must talk. So why you saying really, me not think speaking proper English that is polished or is it bleach, but not polished.
One debater.
You know I'm a debater, so I'll take you on. No.
Let's go.
Let me just, I have popcorn, please.
So there's not an issue with speaking our dialect and speaking Creole, because of course, come on, you know, you
and
can't
chat. Patois,
you can't chat something good in English like you can chat in a patois.
I never knew you could have do that.
The point is, when a young man is articulating well, why is it that we have to label him as being effeminate?
Or if being effeminate, or as you mentioned in the show about you believe that they're gay. And this is another conversation that we're going to have. And in his episode, he will make the reveal. And so you will be able to, you may stereotype Cleveland, but he will reveal what is what the truth about the show. And I want you to tune into that episode.
I can tell you that I've been to several places where persons have never seen me before, they have never heard of me, they don't know who named Cleveland.
Right.
And just by how I present myself to them in terms of my articulation, in terms of this my decorum, no, sir, something wrong with our youth here. You get what I mean? So I perceive that as being stereotyping.
And we're gonna delve in. We need to
Yeah.
talk about the male stereotypes. How does it affect? Is it true? Is it false? How are our boys raised? And something that I've always asked is what is a man code and a gal code or the girl code?
Right, right.
When I say gal, can
Well, it's a fatwa word for girl.
Well,
It's
yeah,
not-
I know.
It's not,
Depends
it's not
on
derogatory.
context.
It's not.
Context.
I want to, you know what I want to laud talk up
Negative.
youth. I want to laud talk up youth for providing us with this opportunity because
True,
I have
right.
seen many young men who are facing this very issue that I'm facing, and I'm happy that I got the opportunity to be a part of this season, so I could, in a sense, be an encouragement for them to speak out and to shun that type of mentality and to be yourself.
But you know,
essentially.
stereotypes tend to come out of some level of truth.
Mm.
No, like when you profile someone, you say generally speaking,
No,
this is a
I agree.
situation. It comes out of some kind of, you know what I'm saying? Would you say that is completely inaccurate?
Wait till the ep season. Wait till
Wait till the episode.
I'm like, let's get into it. Get into it.
Wait
But
till the
listen,
episode.
you know, as you're smart, you know, I like where you go.
No,
You're smart.
me catch up on her, man.
You catch
General
up on
man,
that,
I'm
yeah.
smart, that's
But
general.
I mean, the other
Stop
thing,
putting negativity in a crate, please.
Craigie asked us, what role do women play? Now, there's a young person on Twitter. I don't know if it's the
can't
mother
wait.
or the daughter.
Uh-huh.
And we posted the show, the article was in the Gleaner about the season. And this young person, who I know is about 14, I don't know who tweets on her behalf, responded. Thank God for at Empress Golding and Talk Up Youth, because I have no empathy for boys or men. I don't feel sorry for them and I don't want to help them because most of them are trash.
Wow.
I had to
Oh.
screenshot
Oh.
it and send it to my Talk Up Youth community. That is a very disturbing response.
Yeah, man. True.
Especially because I have to raise a boy.
Just to give an
I also
input.
feel that there's more to that
There's
than
more-
we even know. I feel like I'm like,
Just to give an
this needs a
input.
personal side
There's
conversation.
something that we find to be missing when it comes to boys and men.
We only
That's
have
the emotional
50 seconds
support that is that is needed.
Yeah.
Because a man them to be rough and them to be tough. So
Yeah.
sometimes we overlook the fact that they need emotional support, and that's something that will be spoken about in my episode.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Speaking on
Cleveland.
that tweet, you know, I think that stereotypes come from a lot of experiences, and that tweet sounds like it came from a lot of bad
Exactly.
experiences.
Fully agree. All right, guys, this is going to be so fiery. I'm definitely tuning into that episode. But don't forget, season 8 of Talk Up Youth starts next week, Wednesday, right here on TVJ, 6
6
p.m.
p.m.
But
That's right.
for those who work, it also repeats at 9:30 p.m. on Saturdays as well. Now,
No,
daytime live.
9:30 a.m.
9:30
9:30
a.m. in the
Yes,
morning. That's
yes.
good for me. We'll be right back. Join us after the break. Talking. Yes.